Great day, attractive thinkers and visual encouragers around the world. Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Break. Give yourself a fighting chance. Dr. Toni Hatton here, your identity coach and get to the root specialist at the Attractive Thinker Guru. I trust that you have your Attractive Thinker notebook handy and your copy of the Attractive Thinker on Amazon because this 726-page transformational experience, you will be able to find yourself anywhere within this book. Anything that you're dealing with, be it a mental health, because as new and aspiring entrepreneurs, we always have mental health resources available to help us through whatever it is, whatever thought or whatever belief we're trying to shift and change and transform in order to reach our goals. That's why I'm so excited that you have this experience. If you have not received your copy yet, run on over to Amazon because we're going to use that today. We're going to be talking about some mental health concerns. We're going to be talking about some mindset shifts. We're going to be talking about the ability with vision to see beyond what you're looking at. Welcome, my co host, Tichet Bradshaw, to another episode of Beyond the Break. Give yourself a fighting chance.
Happy Mindset Monday, everybody. We made it. We made it again and again. We get to do what we never did, go where we've never gone, and have all that we deserve to have in this lifetime. It's a great day to be alive.
It is a fantastic and amazing day to be alive. Attractive thinkers and visual encouragers, I trust that you have grasped that experience, that notion, that thought, that feeling about it being a great day to be alive because it is very true. And when you embrace it and you think about it, you begin to feel and express gratitude. Your mind begins to bring things to your attention to be grateful for. If you're breathing while you're listening to this message, it is a fantastic and amazing day to be alive. Today we're going to be talking about because let me slow down for a moment. These messages are created to support you in living life beyond a break, be it a break in a success or a heartbreak, an interruption in your life, something unexpected, something that you feel like you may not have been able to get over, something that caught you off guard. As a new and aspiring entrepreneur, these things happen all of the time. And just because I always say to my clients, just because you've decided to get a life doesn't mean that life is going to stop happening and give you a chance to do that. You have to reach your goals and work on yourself and embrace this journey as you go along. You can't stop. You can't say, well, and I'm familiar with it. I've had some clients to shut down through the years. I said, well, I'll write my book after I move, or I'll write my book after I get this job, or after I quit this job, or after I have a child, or after my child becomes an adult, or after my child graduates, or after I get divorced, or after I get married. I'll write my book after this event I'm about to host, or I'll write my book after Christmas, or I'll write it after the new year. And we need to understand as attractive thinkers that life is not going to stop happening so that you can write your book. You have to have the strength and the courage and the clarity and the determination to jump in to the sea of life and write your book as you go along. And in order to do that, you need mental tools, you need mental resources. And this is why we exist with Beyond the Break, because we want to show you how, in the midst of life happening, that how you can still keep yourself, keep your sanity, keep your goals, and not give up and persevere and still accomplish what you set out to accomplish in the midst of growing through life's challenges. So life beyond the break is an opportunity for you to see that there is life beyond a break. And Tashet and I, if you've listened to some of our other messages on our YouTube channel, Beyond the Break 2020, then you will see some of the other episodes that we created to help you understand our story and our journey and how we got here in this particular space in our lives to discovering that there is a life beyond the break, that there is more than what we're experiencing right now. There's more to life. Sometimes you can experience a defining moment and you feel like this is it. This is how my life is going to be going forward. Not so. We're here to dispel those myths and expose the truth behind vision and mental wellness, behind you having a goal and life happening. Because see, if you're not sure about who you are and your perception is not, it is distorted, and you haven't shifted your perception while on your journey, then it's easy for you to feel like what you're going through right now is a personal attack against you. It's easy for your self-worth to be on the table when you're going through something. Your self-worth is already established. It doesn't fluctuate. Your internal value does not fluctuate just because you're going through something. So today we're going to be talking about the truth. Sometimes, as a new and aspiring entrepreneur, or on your journey, or as a man or as a woman, or wherever you may be on your journey called life, you want the truth concerning yourself. You want to know who you are. That's a big one, to shed our self identity, who we are, identifying with ourselves, because people are going to treat you the way you treat yourself. People identify with you the way you identify with yourself. And if you don't know who you are, neither do they. We can't expect for others to know who we are when we don't know who we are. So, at different stages throughout our lives, we seek the truth. We want to know the truth about ourselves. Who am I? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? Where am I on my journey? Or why did I have to go through this or that or the other? We want to know the truth about the people in our space. Who are they? What kind of value are they bringing into my life? Should I go in this direction or that direction? At one point in our lives, we will have to sit ourselves down as truth seekers and discover the truth about these questions. But I want to shift a little bit, cause a shift in your perception a minute, and help you to understand that you have to beware of the truth. Because sometimes, if you're like me, when I was seeking the truth about a lot of areas of my life, I thought that that was what I was going to get, and that's it. The truth would just be revealed to me, and I would take that truth, govern myself accordingly, and move forward with my life. But the truth never comes alone. The truth never comes alone. The truth comes with some clarities, it comes with some courage, it comes with new goals. So expect your goals to shift when this new truth comes into your life. The truth comes with its own path and its own journey. The truth comes with courage and strength, because you're going to need that, because along with the truth comes responsibility. Now that you know the truth, you're responsible for the truth that you know. And taking responsibility means taking new actions and making some changes. Talk to us today, Tichet, about how entrepreneurs, new and aspiring entrepreneurs, attractive thinkers, and visual encouragers around the world should beware of the truth that they're seeking. They're seeking.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. If you are a person who does not like change, then seeking after the truth
Mm-hmm.
will not be for you, right? Because it is going to shift and change some things. When you start seeking after the truth about life, who you are, what you are, why you are, what's going on, what's true, what's not true, everything but your worth is at the table. Everything. Everything you ever learned. At some point, you got to put everything you ever learned, everything you thought you knew, everything you experienced has to come to the table and revisit it,
Mm-hmm.
right? In order to seek after the truth. Because sometimes our opinions can get so clouded and so cluttered with other people's opinions, with false teachings, with things that we weren't supposed to learn. It could get cluttered with trauma and that's been pent up, and emotions and different things that can cloud our perception of life, right? You might have been going through a heartbreak, and your perception might be cloudy right now. Your perception might say, this is all there is to life, and you might identify with that at the time of your heartbreak. But this is why Beyond the Break is here, so that we can make sure to shine a light on what life really is and how there's more to life than the break, right? There's a life beyond your heartbreak or breaking a success, as Dr. Toni explained.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start to um, try to understand truth, you have to be ready for some things. And one of the things you have to be ready for is things is not going to be what you thought they were.
Mm.
Things aren't always what they seem to be. And sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's not. You have to take the good with the bad. Let's take people, let's start with people, as I like to do sometimes. When you start assessing some of the people in your life, you start asking for truth, and then there's some people in your life that is being exposed.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that situation that you had with a friend who backstabbed you just happened coincidentally? No. That happened because you asked for truth and they got exposed. See,
Mm.
when you go cut the grass, you start seeing the snakes in the grass, right? And this is why you keep your grass cut. You start seeing who's who in your life. Just like when you start loving yourself, and this is another um, truth seeking truth. When you start loving yourself, unfortunately, you also see who doesn't love you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because when you start understanding your worth and your value, and you start gaining momentum in treating yourself better, and you start feeling your worth and understanding your worth and operating out of your worth, there's going to be some people that will come up against what you think you're worth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what your worth is true, but those people, you have to let them stay where they are, right? You can't look for other people to build your identity. That's for you and you alone. That's personal,
Mm-hmm.
right? Those other people, their opinion of you does not have to matter unless you make it matter.
Mm-hmm.
And you make it matter by focusing on it so much that you bring it into reality for you. You bring it into a truth if you take their opinion of you and you focus on it hard enough and you start repeating it in your mind, their opinion becomes your opinion of you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to have our opinion of ourselves, our identity of who we are at a soul level. Take that and build our life from our spirit and start allowing ourselves to be who we were designed to be. In order to see your full potential, you're going to have to let some things go. So when you're truth seeking and you start looking at some of the people around you, there's some people you're going to have to walk away from, unfortunately. There's some people you're going to have to let go. There's some people you're going to have to break up with. And it's nothing against them. It's just, it is okay to move on sometimes. It is okay to outgrow some people, places, and things, right? And when you outgrow them, you don't feel guilty about it because life is changing.
Mm-hmm.
Life is changing. And so as you grow, things start changing and things start moving. And once you start truth seeking, nothing stays the same. The only thing that stays the same is your worth, because again, that doesn't change. And so when you start truth seeking, you start seeing some things about yourself. Let's talk about the things about yourself as well. You start they what they call shadow work, where you start seeing and facing your own self. You face your good, you face your bad, you face your ugly, you face the truth about you, and then you gotta accept it and forgive some of it and accept all of it, and then figure out what you want to do from there for yourself, right? So when you start facing yourself and some of those things come up, like I didn't respond to that situation properly, or I didn't realize I was so egotistical, or I didn't know that I was hurting people, or you have all these things that come up when you start truth seeking, right? Because it's not only when you start looking in the mirror, you're going to see yourself. But here's the thing, when you do see yourself, when you are exposed to the truth, what you do with it matters, right? And you have to operate under the right perception in order to make the kind of changes that is sustainable in your life. For instance, if you're looking in the mirror at yourself and you don't like what you see, you're not manipulating the mirror in order to change yourself. You got to go deep within in order to change what's in you. And once you change within you, then you'll see an outward change happens because the natural mirrors the spirit. What's going on in the natural is often going on in the spirit. So when we start truth seeking, you got people, you got yourself, and now you got your surroundings. You start seeking the truth about your surroundings. You start seeking the truth about your teachings. You start seeking the truth, and there are some things that might not fit in this new part of your journey that fit in the last one. And that sometimes is hard to take in because you thought this is how I thought my whole life, and now you mean to tell me that's not what this is? They told me from my childhood this is how I'm supposed to be, and then I did all of that, and it didn't get me what they promised it would get me. And now they're telling me that I didn't even have to do all of that. I could just be me. And then you start feeling you will start feeling some resentment, but you have to resolve that resentment quickly. You start feeling as if you're running late. Again, you got to resolve it. You start feeling like you're left behind. You start feeling all these different things when the truth comes up. But when you're facing the truth, you face it with the right perception, you can resolve a lot of those things that's coming up. The whole goal is having the truth so that you can operate under the truth about who you are. Your life does not have to be miserable. It does not have to be sad. You do not have to live in the break. Your life does not have to be the break. You just have to understand that there's more to life than whatever just happened. And you got to push past it so you can live beyond the break and build your life in a way that you have never had before and be exposed to your true potential. When you start truth seeking, you start seeing some goodness about yourself too. You
Mm-hmm.
start seeing some power and some gifts. You start seeing some passion, some new things coming up. I'm 46 and I'm just seeing new passions come up that I've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's amazing because I almost feel like a teen again. You know, and so when you start facing life, good things come up as well. You have to face the good, the bad, and the ugly, but beware because the truth is definitely going to shift and change things. And if you don't like to change, then the truth might not be the best thing for you. But if you want to see a change in your life and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and through with being through, and you want to see yourself live out your full potential, then I suggest starting with the truth about you living beyond a break. Back to you, Dr. Toni.
That is so true, Tichet. As new and aspiring entrepreneurs, attractive thinkers, and visual encouragers, I want you to take notes in your attractive thinker notebook. Capture these gems because if you want to be successful in life, and let me define success because I'm not talking about just material success. Real success in life is when you know yourself. Real success in life is when you love yourself.
Mm,
Real success in life is when you know your worth and your value. Real success in life is when you know why you are here. Real success in life is when you know that you are a spirit and your spirit is bigger than the body that you live in. Real success in life is honoring those creative ideas that come up in your spirit because your spirit is bigger than your physical body, meaning your spirit is bigger than these limitations. Our physical body
mm-hmm,
is a limit. It can only house but so much. It can only do but so much. That's why the body dies, but the spirit never dies. Your
mm-hmm,
spirit is fantastic and amazing. It's all knowing. It knows everything. That's why a lot of times when you sit with yourself, you begin to know yourself. The truth that we're talking about today is the truth that rises up from within you. It's already there, but until you acknowledge it, it's just like a child walking into the room and you're busy doing something. They're there, They may be talking. How many times have a child walked into a room talking and sharing about things, and they were talking, you heard them talk, but you didn't hear anything that they said because you were consumed with something else. It's the same with the truth. The truth has walked with you all your life. It's been there your entire life, but until you give your attention to it, until you make it a priority, until you get serious with knowing, with wanting to know about the truth about you, that truth is going to lie dormant. It's not going to manifest. It's not going to reveal itself to you. It's there. But as soon as you turn your attention in that direction, you begin to discover truths about yourself that were always there. So that the truth that we're talking about today is the truth that sets you free. The success that we're talking about is the success of you knowing who you are and all of your parts and pieces coming together, and you having joy and happiness and peace and meaning and fulfillment all in the room by yourself, whether the room is filled with other people or not. The truth that we're talking about is you knowing yourself so much that you're okay where you are, wherever you are in life, no matter what you're going through. You don't lose you. You don't lose your value and your worth. You still have that peace on the inside. This is the truth that we're talking about, because see, as a new and aspiring entrepreneur, we're pursuing external goals when the internal needs to be addressed, because real worth is inside, real success is inside. Because how many times have you seen or experienced or heard of people accomplishing their goals in life, and they're not able to handle it mentally, they're all over the place, or they turn to substances to help them cope. And in the book, The Attractive Thinker, there's a whole section on the coping mechanisms, things that people do to cope, because you're going to face these experiences on your entrepreneurial journey, and you're going to feel like you need something in your spirit and your soul that you need, and you may be reaching and grabbing for things and you don't even know what you're reaching and grabbing for. Have you ever had a desire and a yearning for something and you don't know what it is? Those are spiritual things, because no matter what you try, it doesn't fill that void. There's a hole in the soul to shut, and I always talk about that. There are some spiritual gaps that only spirit, things of the spirit, can fill. And as long as we seek outside of ourselves to fill these areas, we'll never be fulfilled. We'll never be whole. We'll never reach that place of peace that we all deserve. So the truth, beware of the truth that you're seeking, and not just beware, but be ready for the truth that you're seeking, because truth has friends. It comes with responsibility. It comes with change. It comes with awarenesses. It comes with, have you ever asked for something and the thing that you're asking for isn't what you really need, is something else? In the process of doing that, seeking the truth, you're going to discover some things about yourself that you never considered. Have you ever experienced thinking that one thing is holding you back, when you realize eventually that it's not that thing at all, it was something else? The deeper you go with yourself, the more truth is revealed about yourself. And the things that you call problems right now, you wouldn't even consider them once you know the truth. They would be non existent once you know the truth. So, seeking the truth has value, because when you've discovered the truth, it changes the game, and the things that are troubling you right now no longer have a grip on you. They no longer exist. They no longer even get your attention. Truth has a lot of value. It sets you free on so many different levels. The things that you're pursuing and struggling to pursue, you're no longer struggling to pursue them, because they may not even be the things that you're supposed to be pursuing anyway, once the truth sets in. Once truth rises, once truth comes to the surface, you know who you are. You know why you are. You know what you're doing. You know, as a new and aspiring entrepreneur, a lot of people jump into entrepreneurship because they want to make money. But there are a lot of attractive thinkers and visual encouragers around the world that want to have a meaning with that money. Because I always say money without meaning is misery. What is it to have all the money that you desire and your soul is still starving? There's still a void. And entrepreneurship is the best opportunity for personal growth and development work, for you to discover who you really are, for you to love yourself, discover the beautiful. Like Tasha said, if you keep seeking, you're going to find the good. You're going to find something good that you can hold on to, that you can grow through and discover other fantastic and amazing things about yourself. But beware of the truth, because the truth is powerful. The truth helps, the truth hurts, and the truth heals. I want you to capture that in your attractive thinker notebook. The truth helps, the truth hurts, and the truth heals. You have to be strong in order to handle the truth. There's a famous saying, I don't know what movie it is, but they always reference it. You can't handle the truth. When the guy stands, you can't handle the truth. The truth is powerful. The truth is the core. The truth is real. The truth sets you free. The truth gives you an explanation. It helps you understand what you're not understanding. The truth is clarity. It helps you to see what is blurry and fuzzy. The truth helps and the truth hurts. It will hurt. When you first discover the truth, some truths really do hurt. And then you have to sit with it. You have to process that. And once you process it, the truth heals. Because if you were to break a bone or something, the first response is it's gonna hurt. Eventually, over time, it will heal. And it's the same with the truth. The truth is gonna hurt. And then eventually, if you allow it, if you sit with it, if you have develop a relationship with it, and that's what I wanted to say on page 154 in the Attractive Thinker book. It's entitled, What is Your Relationship with the Truth? You definitely want to read that after you listen to this message. What is your relationship with the truth? Are you in alignment with the truth? Are you ready for the truth? Can you handle the truth? Do you like the truth? Everybody doesn't like the truth, Tisha.
For
Some people,
sure.
and I've come across people and I've heard it, other people tell me little stories and things. They say, I was trying to tell them the truth and they said they didn't want to hear it. Some people don't want to hear the truth because they know once they hear it, now they're responsible for it.
Yes.
Once they know the truth, now they're responsible for making those changes in their lives that they may not have the desire to change. Because some people, honestly, to share, some people are lazy. They don't want
Mm-hmm.
to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
See, now that's the truth. And if you felt a certain kind of way when I said that, it hit you differently. That's what I'm talking about. How the truth can shift you, it can change you, it can make you uneasy, it can challenge you, it can hurt. But if you sit with it, and you might ask yourself, am I lazy? You have to, and instead of getting mad at the sender, sit with it and ask yourself, because that shoe might not fit everybody. Everybody's not lazy. But if the shoe fits you, now you're responsible for the truth that you just heard. What are you going to do about it? How
Mm-hmm.
do you not be lazy? How do you stop being lazy? Because it's affecting your money, it's affecting your progress, it's affecting your creativity. If you're a lazy person, when creative ideas come to your mind, you don't seize them. You don't take action on them. So it's affecting your creativity, it's affecting your progress, it's affecting your success, it's affecting your legacy. Being lazy can affect your legacy. Being lazy can rob you of a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
So see, this is an example of a truth that challenges you. It's like that hits you right in the gut, and you're compelled to do something about it instead of getting an attitude. See, that's another thing. The truth will cause you to get an attitude about it. Instead of getting sometimes that's people's first response. They get an attitude. Then they want to challenge the truth. Then they want to mask the truth. Then they want to make excuses for the truth. Then they want to, they're embarrassed about the truth. So they want to hide and shun the truth. They want to act like they didn't hear what they heard or saw what they saw. See, you got to beware when you're asking for the truth, because the truth makes people respond in different ways. Talk to us, Tisha.
One of the things when dealing with the truth that we have to make sure is our ego is in balanced,
Mm,
right? We have to make sure it is balanced. When the ego is balanced, it makes us easier to swallow the truth,
mm,
right? When given to us, so we don't choke on what we're just being made aware of.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I've thought about, Dr. Toni, while you were talking, is with the example of a song, right? In the song, you have certain different parts of the song. You have the vocals, you have the bass, you have the different instruments that are being played in the song.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can focus on any part of those different compartments of the song and you'll hear a different sound, right? One beat might be going to and another beat might be going to, you have a different sound. What I'm saying is, in your life there's many beats,
Mm-hmm.
there's many compartments, right? When you focus on the truth about one, you get a different song in each one, but they all make up of the same song, right? If you can understand the truth about your song, it'll help you dance through life a little better, where you're not being reactive, you're being proactive, right? And you understand yourself at a level that you don't put yourself in situations that's causing you to get beat up by a beat.
Mm-hmm.
So you end up learning how to move through and maneuver through life because you understand how to dance to your own song. And then here's the thing, if you don't like the song that's been playing in your life, check all the backgrounds,
Mm-hmm.
check the vocals, check the bass, check all the background in your song. Something might be off. And this is where truth seeking will help you, because when you're bold enough to face the truth,
Mm-hmm.
you will see individually what part needs to change and what part stays the same, because not everything needs to change, but not everything stays the same. It's a knowing. It's a knowing which one is which, because some stuff you take with you and some stuff you don't, because some stuff that you have learned through life is essential for you now.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't throw it all away, right? But there's some stuff you have to put away. There's some stuff you have to let it go, because it's not serving you, it's not helping you, it's actually hindering you. Something that might have helped you 10 years ago is now the hindrance for you. Go figure with that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so the only way you can do that is if you're bold enough to face the truth. And so if you understand your life's song, and that takes doing some ego work. I talk about ego so many times on the show. Doing some ego work helps you to understand and helps you to be able to swallow the truth about who you are without judgment. This is allowing you to face yourself without judgment, because you ever think this person was hindering me, that person was hindering me, that situation hindered me, that situation didn't hinder me or hold me back, and come to find out it was you all along?
Mm-hmm.
That could be very hurtful if your ego is unbalanced, right? If you're worried about whether you look the part of being right, or you're worried about whether somebody thinks that you're right or wrong, you're judging and comparing and all of that stuff. When your ego is unbalanced, you can't face the fact that you were the one that hindered you all these years. Well, what hindered you? If it's you, it could be fear. You got to know your song. It could be fear that hindered you. It could be a past trauma that you held on to that you didn't know that hindered you. It could be your perception that hindered you. It could be that wasn't the right thing for you. It's a lot of different things that can really change when you start finding the truth for yourself, right? And so when you start doing the work, and that again, Dr. Toni, you started talking about doing the work. One of the things that came up: are you bold enough to do the work?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you bold enough to face yourself in the mirror? Are you bold enough to see your fullest potential? Are you bold enough to get out there and make something grand of yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Are you bold enough for greatness? Or are you just willing to take the easy route and let somebody else do it? Are you willing to take the easy route and just sit down and just hope things work out? Rolling the dice in life,
Mm-hmm.
just hoping. you get the lucky number,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so when we start doing the truth, we put a lot of the progress in our hands. We can allow ourselves to move forward in the process of life, but we can also stand still in the process of our life, depending on whether or not you are bold enough to face yourself, face your life, face the music that's playing in your background. What is playing in your background?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you afraid of this? Why are you shying away from something that you know you're good at? Why have you not put that business out there yet? Why have you not written that book? Why have you not sung that song? Why have you not gone out and speak what you learned and you learned so much? Why have you not did what you was called to do? Why have you not answered the call? And a lot of it is because we have not dealt with the childhood stuff that happened, being raised a certain way that you just didn't do this and didn't do that, and it's still up in you. We haven't broken through the generational curses,
Mm-hmm.
we or the generational hindrances, or the generational habits, and traditions. And all those things we are afraid to face because we don't want to feel like we're being wrong or we're wrong. And again, that's an ego thing, because ego will make you fear being wrong. But when you are balanced in ego, you don't care about right or wrong. You just care about what's true,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can fix it. You just care about what's true. If that means that I totally screwed this up, I'm gonna face it so that I know I can take the lesson and the blessing and move forward in life. Another thing, Dr. Toni, um, when you were talking, I thought about the people who hit a wall in life, right? And the only way to break through the wall, okay, what is the wall in life? What is the one thing you feel like you can't get past? What is the one thing you felt like hurt so bad that you almost ended it? What is the one thing in life that's holding you back from moving forward? What's the one decision you cannot make because you know it will shift and change some things in a way that is uncomfortable? What is the walls in your life, right? So if you hit a wall, the only thing that will help you make a path in the middle of that wall is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
The truth about you, the truth about what's going on, and the song in your background to help you move forward. When you understand your song, you gain confidence. You know what you're not, you know what's not playing. You're not singing the wrong lyrics to your own song. When you understand who you are, a lot of things change. Good, but yes, uncomfortable sometimes, because you really do have to. It is uncomfortable to shift things. I'm not going to sit here and lie, right? It is uncomfortable to shift things, especially if you're used to things looking a certain way. But the thing about change is when you allow yourself the ability to face change, there's a newness waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
There's such a newness, a new environment, a new era, it's just a newness of life that is waiting for you to explore, more things to learn, more things to experience. We're not here to be stuck in one thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're not here to be stuck at a 9 to 5 desk. If you like a 9 to 5 desk, then have fun at it. No judgment from me, right? Been there, done that. But we're not here to be stuck building somebody else's business, right? And you say, well, some people have to be the worker bee. If you're watching this, you are not a worker bee. You
Mm-hmm.
have some potential. You have something in you. You got a business brewing, because things are not coincidental. And if you was just a worker bee, you would not be sitting here listening to us.
Yeah, that's right.
You're listening to us because you're looking to go beyond the break.
Yes.
You're looking to move past your hindrances. You're looking to rise above it all so that you can live out your full potential. You're not just the average person.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even fit in the average life. It's uncomfortable. That's why you're listening to us, because it's uncomfortable. And we're telling you only the truth will set you free. Start small. Start with the assessment of yourself and then see what resonates with you.
Mm-hmm.
Start researching. What is the origin of why I say this? Where did I pick this up? What is the origin of this belief?
Mm-hmm.
Who told me this, and was it a source that I can depend on,
Mm-hmm.
that I can trust? You know, you get to the root of who
Yes.
you are, what you are, and why you are.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Toni, you was talking about the truth been there your entire life, right? So I smile at this because there was some things that I have found in myself that has been there since I was a little girl, that was again playing in the background of my phone,
Mm-hmm.
that have been playing and playing and playing, and I never pay attention to it. This is why I said the song, because you ever listen to a song and all you hear,
Mm-hmm.
I play the drums. A lot of people don't know this. I play the drums. My father taught me as a little girl, and I will always be the drummer in every band practice we would have, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things I used to start with sometime with, and it's a subtle sound, but it makes the biggest difference, right? And so when you are, what is the in your life that you haven't focused on yet, right? What is that in the background playing that makes the biggest difference in your life, that you thought was small, but it's actually really huge? It's actually something big. See, those little things that makes the biggest difference are what you're going to need later on. Also, what is the essential for your new journey when you're exposing the truth, Dr. Toni? And this is something I would like for you to answer. What is the essentials that are needed when going on a journey to discover the truth? Back to you.
The essentials, again, I love how you framed that. When on a truth journey, what are the essentials that you're going to need? You're going to have to be strong, number one, and you're going to have to be open for the truth to come to you. You're going to have to be open and receptive. Don't put any limits on the truth. Don't tell the truth, I want to know the truth but not the whole truth. Or I want to know the truth, just a little bit of the truth. Or I want to know the truth but I don't want to hurt. I want to know the truth but I don't want to have to make too many changes. Don't put any limits on the truth. You want to know what you're going to need on your truth journey? You're going to have to be open. You're going to have to be honest about wanting the truth. And you're going to have to know that no matter what the truth is, you can handle it. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. Whatever the truth is, I can handle it because it's my truth. It's my truth, and it's going to set me free. It's going to heal me. It's going to help me launch forward, go further, faster in my life. It's going to give me the momentum. It's going to position me to be my authentic self. It's going to help me in the struggle in my life. So you have to see. When we say beware of the truth, I don't want you to be afraid of the truth. That's another prerequisite. You can't be afraid of this truth. Not knowing this truth supports you in walking throughout life as an imposter of yourself instead of your real self. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
know this truth, this real core truth about yourself, how can you fully be yourself? And if you're not fully yourself, then who are you? Someone else, an imposter version of you, is using your life and your time on this planet to maneuver and go throughout life and do things that your heart isn't even tied into. It's not true to your heart. Have you ever found yourself doing things that your heart isn't in it? They have a song out, if your heart isn't in it, why keep me holding on? Just tell me and I'll be gone. You want the truth, attractive thinker and visual encourager. To shed some of the, if I would okay, now I've been on truth journeys, and I think I'll always be on a truth journey. And the way I position myself for the truth is I take the limits off. I have to be open for the real truth. And so many
Peace.
times throughout my life, I've asked, divine power to reveal the truth to me. What is the truth about this situation that I'm experiencing? What is the truth about this decision that I need to make? What is the truth about how I'm feeling? Why do I feel this way? What is the truth about this? Where is this feeling coming from? And I have to be open for the truth. Just let the truth be what it is, the truth. Let it be what it is. Don't try to mask it and shield it and shape it and hide around it and skip and skirt around it and ignore it. Let the truth be the truth. It's just like you being you. You want to be yourself, right? You want to fully express yourself, be it in school or at work or in your business or in the market. You want to fully be who you are. You don't want people putting these stipulations and limitations on you and telling you you can't do this, you can't wear that, you can't go here, you can't say that. You want to fully be you. So let the truth fully be what it is, the truth. And then sometimes you have to take a deep breath and sit with it. You have to, it's just like sitting on the side of the river and the truth sitting next to you, and you just looking out at the water. You may throw a little stone or two and watch the ripples, and you just sit with and digest the truth before you respond to it. Think about that. We have to set aside time to digest the truth. Don't respond to it at first, because most of the time our first response is not the response the way we should be responding. Just sit with it. Let the initial reactions subside. The first thing that you want to do, let that, just sit with that and let that subside. And then ponder the truth. Now, while you were talking to Shet, because you said truth gets to the root, and you started throwing out some questions there. And I thought, the more questions you ask, the more questions I wrote down for attractive thinkers and visual encouragers, because I love practical application. We are not here to throw out words and share a message that we just, in this message and not concerned about whether you can practically apply what you just heard, or whether you're going to get fruit from this message or not, or results in your life and in your business. We care that you get results. So some of the questions that you might want to ask yourself in order for the truth. See, you have to give truth permission to rise from within you. If truth doesn't feel as though you're ready for it, it won't come. It will not rise. It will, from within. It will not come. You have to give truth permission to have a place in your life. Asking questions, and these are questions I've asked myself down through the years, so I'm going to share them with you as well. What is holding me back? What is holding me back? Now, 9 times out of 10, a lot of the truths that were revealed to me were not materialistic things. They weren't external. They weren't outside of me. They were inside of me. Write these down in your attractive thinker notebook. Why am I afraid? As a new and aspiring entrepreneur, you find yourself with business opportunities, maybe to sign a contract, take a deal, an endorsement, a sponsorship, be sponsored and supported, or someone wants your products and services in bulk, or you have a high paying client, they're willing to pay you anything just to help them, but you're afraid. Ask yourself, why am I afraid? Why do I feel stuck? You know what it feels like to feel stuck. You feel like you're in a great opportunity, in a great space. You're grateful, you're happy, you're not sad about anything, but you feel like you don't have any wiggle room. You can't move to the right or to the left. You don't have that space, that expansion that you need to be fully you. Ask yourself, why do I feel stuck? What happened in my childhood? Now, a lot of times we spend our entire adult lives trying to fix and heal our childhood. But if you don't know what happened in your childhood, you could be addressing other areas of your life that have nothing to do with the truth. They have nothing to do with the root. So you want to ask yourself these questions. Is there a bloodline issue in my life? Is there something that has happened generationally down through the years that I'm not aware of, but I'm experiencing it and don't know what it is? So you have to sit with these truths, because you'd be surprised at what's really holding you back, or what's really causing you to be afraid, or what's really keeping you stuck. It may not be because of you, but you'll never know if you don't embrace the truth, if you don't want the truth. Why am I afraid to speak up? Why do I like this color? Every time you turn around, you look throughout your closet, you realize you've chosen this color down throughout the years. Ask yourself, why do I choose this color? It may be something behind it, it may not be, but you want to know, you want to acknowledge that part of you. You want to acknowledge every part of you. Why am I writing this book? As a new and aspiring entrepreneur, you have an idea to write a book. You want to see, when you get an idea to write a book, and I've coached clients, down through the years, authors, I've helped them write their books, create the structure for their book. I've helped them take their traumatic experiences and defining moments and write a story about it in a way that helps others in a beneficial way. Take the trauma that they experience and extract the good from it and share it with the world in a way that they can use, in a form that they can use. So in order for you to write your book and it be effective, you need to know why you're writing it. You're not just writing a book so you can have a book on the shelf or so you can make money. That's empty. Remember, money without meaning is misery. Eventually, yeah, you get all excited. You're like, yeah, I'm not miserable if I'm making a lot of money, but give it some time. If
Yeah.
there's no real meaning behind it, it can't be sustained. You're still, that's the spirit in your soul is still going to be seeking and searching for the truth. Okay, so ask yourself, why am I writing this book? Why do I want to start this business? You have to know these truths because this is the core foundation of whatever it is that you're going to create for your life going forward. These are foundational truths that cannot be shaken. And these foundational truths are so important. You're going to need these in place so when the storms and the winds of life begin to blow, you're not moved and uprooted because you were built on a strong foundation. You know who you are. You know why you are. You know where you're going. You know why you wrote this book. You know who you're writing it to. You know why you started this business. Businesses go through all kinds of transitions in that career, in the length of the business. When you have a strong foundation, you will not be moved. You will be able to sustain your business because it was built on the truth. Okay? So think about this. Why do you want to start your business? Why do I want to help and serve? Who do I want to help and serve and why? Why do I want to help these people? How do I use my story to thrive in my business and serve solutions to my customers and clients? Don't leave your story behind. Your story has power. Your story is what got you here. If your story sustained you, it'll sustain others. If your story inspires you, it will inspire others. Don't leave your story behind. I coach clients all the time about how to take their story and shape it and weave it into the fibers of their business. Because you have this awesome story about how you got here, but you're marketing something that is not connected to your story. Your story is what's going to give your business power, it's going to make it effective. It's going to reach a lot more people than you even considered. Because when you have meaning and power and a strong foundation attached to your product and service, there's no limit to how far it can go and to whom it can impact. You might start out with the idea of helping one type of client, but because you've empowered your business with your story, you're now helping clients that you never even thought your story would be effective with. Businesses are now getting in touch with you, whereas you didn't even think your product and services fell into that category because you weaved your powerful story and the impact that it had on you into your business, and now it's impacting others. These powerful truths are very freeing and they're very valuable. Another question, why do I live here? You chose to live where you live for a reason. If you get clear with that and get clarity with that, you may find something about yourself that you can use in your business or that you can use going forward. Why did I choose this car? There's a reason why we choose these things, to shed. There's a reason why we make the decisions and choices that we make. Why and in the answers to these questions, you're going to discover things about yourself. Why do I wear these clothes, or why do I read these types of books, or why do I like these types of movies, or why do I gravitate to this type of person, or why do I have these goals? Why do I believe what I believe? These are powerful truths that not only will help you and heal you and set you free, but they support you in being a complete being, nothing missing and nothing broken. And they support you in being able to handle the waves of life. Whereas everybody around you is, I call it snapping, crackling, and popping, and you have a steady flow, still moving forward and making progress in your life because you've developed a relationship. Page 154 in the Attractive Thinker book, you've developed your own relationship with the truth, and the truth has set you free. Tichet, give us some lasting comments and tell our audience how they can get in touch with you, the visual encourager.
Absolutely. One thing I want to remind everybody about this episode is there's more to life than what you see here, and going on that journey of discovering truth about who you are, why you are, and what you are. And if you discover more, you'll understand why I say what you are, right? Because there's more to you than this. You're in for a treat about yourself.
Yeah.
If you desire to seek after the truth, and you might say, why do we have to have the truth, the truth, the truth, the truth, the truth? Because the truth will set you free, and we want to be free. Why we want to be free? I want to be free to be me. I want to live in passion. I want to feel alive. I want to feel greatness. I want to live in my potential. And you want to create things that will speak when we no longer can. And in order to do that, we need to have some power so that we can be effective along the generation after generation. And so going on this truth journey, for me, was one of the greatest things I could have ever done for myself. It lifted me out of depression and allowed me to see who I really was as a person, and allowed me to love the woman that I am and love my journey, the good, the bad, the ugly. I love my entire journey, and I am grateful to be able to have walked this existence in this physical human body. I am grateful to be able to maneuver through life in this vehicle, and to learn the things that I've learned, and to overcome the things I have overcome, and to really go forward and to see what I'm really made of. And we want the same thing for you guys, because it is so much joy when you see all the things you can break free from. It is so much joy when you discover the truth, and the truth fits, and you start seeing how your life is going based on building from the truth. And like she said, you have this firm foundation. There's so much joy in the discovery of the truth about you. You can find me on my website at www.visualencouragement.com. We provide mental support for movers and shakers, for trailblazers, pathfinders, and groundbreakers. All you visionaries who desire to move mountains but need help lifting the heaviness so that you can create a new vision for yourself. Go to my contact us page, put in your information. Let me know how I can uplift you, enlighten you, and encourage you beyond the break. Again, that's www.visualencouragement.com. See you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tichet, for sharing your expertise today. Attractive thinkers and visual encouragers around the world, we are here to support you in living life beyond the break and staying mentally well in the process of doing so. Visit our website, www.theattractivethinker.guru, and grab your freebies there. There are some rich resources that you'll receive in your email to support you in discovering and building a dynamic relationship with your truth. Remember to grab your copy of The Attractive Thinker on Amazon. You don't want to be without that. You hear it said all of the time, our life's work, that's to make your life better. Remember, it is not what you're going through, it's how you're viewing it. Think attractively. We'll see you soon.